al-akrameen. Dear brothers and sisters, we must prepare ourselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, prepare our schedules, make sure we put some concerted, intentional effort in these most blessed days to come, because the most blessed days of the entire year are about to start on Monday, inshallah. The most blessed days, day meaning from morning, sunrise, or dawn, from Fajr, all the way to Maghrib. Those hours are defined as days, and nights are from Maghrib to Fajr. Those are defined as nights. The most precious nights of the year are the last 10 nights of Ramadan, defined from Maghrib to Fajr. The most precious 10 days of the entire year, including all the days of Ramadan, are from the 1st of Dhul Hijjah, starting likely Monday, and it goes on till Wednesday, inshallah ta'ala, or Tuesday the 9th, and then Wednesday is the Yawmun Nahr, the day of Eid al-Adha. Most precious days of the entire year, those hours, every minute is precious. Every good deed is multiplied in rewards. We must prepare for them just like we prepare for the last 10 nights of Ramadan. عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنه وعن أبيه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم: ما من أيام العمل الصالح فيها أحب إلى الله من هذه الأيام، يعني أيام العشر. قالوا: ولا الجهاد في سبيل الله؟ قال صلى الله عليه وسلم: ولا الجهاد في سبيل الله إلا رجل خرج بنفسه وماله فلم يرجع من ذلك بشيء. والحديث رواه الإمام البخاري. Sayyidina Abdullah, son of Sayyidina al-Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him and his father, the cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, narrates this hadith, and he says, that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, there are no days that good deeds are more beloved to Allah than these 10 days. The 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. The 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. And the Sahaba radiallahu anhum said, not even jihad in the way of Allah, someone who fights in the way of Allah to protect innocent lives, and they give the ultimate sacrifice. The Prophet ﷺ said, not even jihad fi sabilillah, except if someone leaves with their life and their wealth to defend the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and innocent people obviously, and they return with none of that. Meaning they give the ultimate sacrifice. That's the only good deed that's more rewarding. Otherwise, in these 10 days, the good deeds are most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I will conclude with this. When we talk about cultivating an ummah from a cellular level, from a nucleus family, when I explain some of the ways to bring the nur of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the guidance of the Quran into our lives and our masajid, that unifying factor, that unity of the ummah, brings about the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the Muslims were united in Surah Al-Fath under the tree where Sulh al-Hudaybiyah took, right before that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave all of them. Forgave all of them eternally. When the Muslims come together, despite all of the efforts to dismantle them and bring divisiveness, that unity in Hajj, Allah Jalla wa Ala descends كما يليق بجلال وجهه وعظيم سلطانه, and He يباهي بالمسلمين الحجيج الملائكة, and He says, do you see, He says to the angels, do you see my servants? They have come from every far place of the world. They are covered in dust. Their hair is not combed, meaning because of their travel and struggle in Hajj in the middle of the desert, in Arafat. شُعْثًا أَتَوْنِي شُعْثًا غُبْرًا. They're unified, they're together, coming to Allah to please Him in this ritual that brings structure to the ummah and unification. He forgives people and pardons them that they will never ever enter into hellfire eternally. So many people on that day that the shaitan is never more humiliated and defeated than that day. So much so that he brings dirt and puts it on his body. That devastation of the shaitan is because of the rahmah of Allah Jalla wa Ala for those unified Muslims who came together in unity in that global gathering that Allah Jalla wa Ala dedicated an entire surah and made it a pillar of Islam. If unification was not important, if unity is not important, we wouldn't have the ayat, إِنَّ هَذِهِ أُمَّتُكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَأَنَا رَبُّكُمْ فَاعْبُدُونَ وَأَنَا رَبُّكُمْ فَاتَّقُونَ, and the Hajj that brings unity wouldn't have been there. But unity isn't by talk. Unity isn't by just wishful hoping and thinking. Unity is through action, through doing, through being patient. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا فَتَفْشَلُوا وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ وَاصْبِرُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. And obey Allah and His Messenger, and don't fight and bicker amongst one another. And be patient. Allah is with the patient ones. Brothers and sisters, we're embarking on the most precious days of the year. Please take a moment to teach your children, to actually teach yourselves, to practice and know these days. Highlight them in your calendar. Put them on your refrigerator. Make sure you adjust your schedule and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. Read 1 page of Quran minimally a day, if you can, as a recommendation, if you can. Every single day. Start in these 10 days. Fast however many you can. If you can't fast all 9 days, fast 8, 7, 5, 3, whatever you can fast. What you fast, you will get the ajr for. What you don't, it's okay. Fast at least the 9th day. Rasulullah ﷺ said Allah will forgive 2 years of sins, a past and forward, by fasting just the 9th day. And I would love to see our community have a communal iftar on such days, where we purchase tickets, and we, instead of going to restaurants, we all can come to the masjid and have a nice iftar dinner that's planned ahead of time, to come on such beautiful, sunnah reviving fasting days, insha'Allah ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, next week, insha'Allah, we have a scholar, Dr. Shu'aib Malik, who is coming to us from overseas. He speaks excellent English, and he is going to be addressing serious issues. The issue of atheism, the issue of science and proving Allah's existence, and all of these things that some of our youngsters are brainwashed and conditioned to question. This scholar is coming here to deal with some of these serious issues that some of the older folks may not be dealing with, but some other generation, younger folks would be dealing with. So it's very important that we take our time to be here and look at the newsletter for the exact schedule and times and participate. Allah will ask you. We bring you scholars here. The adult education committee is working tirelessly to bring some of the most prominent scholars to your doorstep. And if you're sitting there sleeping at home or watching this or doing that, Allah will ask you. If you did not prioritize bringing the youth to receive some guidance to address these challenges and counter them, Allah will ask you. We've put our effort and we continue to do so. You got to do your part. So inshallah, next weekend, we have a 3 or 4 day program. Please check the details and be there. And lastly but not least, please support your masjid generously. May Allah multiply your rewards, and may Allah multiply your wealth and replenish it. Inshallah ta'ala, right after salah, before the announcement, we are going to pray Salatul Janazah on Brother Abdul Razzaq. Inshallah ta'ala, his last name is Razzaq. Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to pray Salatul Janazah for him. Please participate and make prayers for him. And we, on my behalf and on behalf of our wonderful community, I extend my most sincere condolences to his daughter who is here and all of his loved ones. May God Almighty give you healing and patience. May Allah give your father the highest ranks of Jannah. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم أصلح أحوالنا وأحوال المسلمين وردنا اللهم والمسلمين إلى دينك ردا جميلا اللهم إنا نسألك الخير كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم ونعوذ بك من الشر كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وأقم الصلاة. إياكم إن شاء الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا اعتدلوا. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحدة وأنا ربكم فاعبدون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله سمع الله لمن حمده.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.